the 2016 Edward R. Murrow Award winner for overall excellence in news. You're watching Today in Central New York.
6:30 and happening now. Central New York is under a winter weather advisory. Some parts of our area are also under a wind advisory. Good morning. I'm Jeremy Miller.
And I'm Lisa Spitz for the latest on what you can expect not only heading to work or school this morning, but even more important, heading back home. That's when it's going to be tough. We turn with new information from Weather Authority meteorologist Peter Hall. Pete.
You guys are exactly right. It's really this late afternoon and evening commute that's going to be affected most by both the wind and that sleet. We will show you hour by hour how those wind speeds move and how those snow, sleet, freezing rain, precipitation showers come through, so you know exactly what to expect place by place coming up.
We continue to follow breaking news out of Syracuse this morning. The Syracuse Fire Department is on the scene of a fire on North Salina Street. What we know so far is that it broke out at around 5:30 this morning. Right now, you are looking live at the scene. You can see crews still working to battle flames there.
This is Morse Construction. This building is again on North Salina Street, and we have heard that the street is closed from Wolf Street to Lemoyne Avenue, as again we're looking live at the scene, and you can see that there is heavy smoke and crews are continuing to battle this fire. They've been on the scene now for an hour. We are working to get new information. We will bring you that new information both on air and online as soon as we get it.
Happening today, jury deliberations will start for the penalty phase in the Charleston church shooting case. Dylan Roof was convicted of killing 9 church members in June of 2015. He represented himself during the death penalty phase, resting his case without calling any witnesses. Right now, the Baldwinsville School District has a new superintendent. The school board announced last night that Matthew McDonald, who is the acting superintendent, will take over the position permanently. McDonald was made acting superintendent after David Hamilton unexpectedly resigned last spring.
The time right now is 6:33, and we have an alert for drivers this morning. I-81 is back open after a tractor trailer overturned yesterday. A portion of I-81 in Syracuse was closed for several hours following that accident. The truck overturned on the ramp from 690 eastbound to I-81 southbound. No word on what caused that accident. This morning, we are taking you inside of a place that many people don't get to see. It is the Transportation Management Center in Syracuse. It's where the state DOT keeps an eye on all of the roads. All of those monitors allow live checks of conditions and traffic flow. The staff here are also the ones who put out the alerts on the signs along the highways. Dealing with widespread snow is almost second nature for them.
We'll put some salt brine down to begin with, and then depending upon the weather, we'll see what needs to be next. If it stays cold, we could put down a combination of salt and pre-treated salt, and it'll keep that first wave of frozen precipitation, snow or sleet or ice, from bonding to the road, which makes cleanup a whole lot easier later on.
And that salt brine mixture, something Pete talks about quite a bit. The salt has a tendency not to work as well under 14 degrees, but with temperatures rising, any work crews do this morning will help with the morning commute.
Happening now, one town in the Tug Hill region may be on track to repeat as the snowiest place in America. Most living in the North Country will tell you, well, this is just winter. But Ashley Evans moved to Copenhagen last summer from North Carolina. Different world for her. She says besides seeing her first snowbank, she loves seeing the way people react.
I've never seen a snowbank at all, so it was huge for me to see all the snow and just how much people love it. That, I think, was the big shock for me too. I thought everybody was going to be inside. And
many people we spoke with hope Copenhagen will take the title again because it would be good for the snowmobile businesses there. This morning, police are still searching for the driver who hit and killed a National Guard veteran from Rome. Officials say Rudolph Sebron was killed early Sunday morning. He was in the Albany area this weekend for training. Police say a driver reported hitting what he believed to be a person lying in the road. Now they're searching for a second driver who they say may have hit Sebron and left the scene. Police say the first car that hit him may be a Mazda 6, and they're looking for anyone with information.
Happening right now, state police are trying to find the owner of this safe. Take a good look at your screen. Troopers were called to the town of Oswego yesterday when a damaged gray safe was found on Fred Haynes Boulevard. Officials have not released any information about what could be inside of it. Anyone with information should call state police. It is 6:36 right now. Here's what's happening today. For the final time, the president will address the country. President Obama will deliver his farewell address from his hometown of Chicago. The president is expected to offer one last defense of Obamacare. You can see the president's address tonight right here at 9 o'clock.
Today kicks off several confirmation hearings on Capitol Hill. Senator Jeff Sessions, who's nominated to become U.S. Attorney General, will go through the process today. Sessions is expected to win confirmation from the Republican-controlled Senate, where many of his colleagues have praised his integrity and world-class mind. But some Democratic lawmakers are expected to testify against Sessions, accusing him of being a racist. Today, state lawmakers and federal park officials are in our nation's capital to formally establish the Harriet Tubman National Historical Park. The site will include Tubman's old home and a nearby church where she worshiped. The park in Auburn will focus on Tubman's work as an advocate of women's suffrage, abolition, and her efforts to help slaves make their way to freedom. Well, new overnight, it took more than 4 hours, but this morning the Clemson Tigers are your new college football national champs.
It might have been the first national championship rematch we saw, but it may have actually been better than the original one. The Tigers came back from being down 14-0 to beat the defending national champion and previously undefeated Crimson Tide.
Nobody does that.
Well, junior quarterback Deshaun Watson passed for 420 yards and 3 touchdowns, including the game-winning 2-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Renfrow with 1 second left. Last year, Clemson lost to Alabama in that championship game, so lots of excited fans this morning.
It was an unreal comeback to win that game, too. That was amazing.
Here's a look at what's coming up this morning. There's a new theory out about how the moon was created. We'll share that answer with you in about 10 minutes. Pete, I bet you're excited about that.
Very interesting. Can't wait to hear about it. But first, we have a weather alert in progress. I'm most concerned about the late afternoon and evening for wind and sleet and freezing rain and ice. New information is next.
Right now, we're following breaking news in Syracuse about a fire on North Salina Street. Right now, we are looking live at the scene, and this is what we know. North Salina Street is closed from Wolf Street to Lemoyne Avenue. We will have new information when we come back. But again, crews have been on the scene of this breaking news about a large fire in Syracuse for the past hour.